Hello ladies and gentlemen, subscribe Astro Sundar and press the bell icon. Today we are going to see Dhanu Lagna, Sagittarius Ascendant. All planet indifferent house, first house. Sun, first house. Sun is lord of 9th Trikona house and is posited in friend's house. It indicates long journeys, learning, wisdom, prudence, fortunate with strangers, foreigners, wife's relations and voyages. Interest in science, invention, law, philosophy or political economy. Such persons are wealthy, respected, and blessed with power and authority. Long life, strained relations with friends. Gain from ancestral property, but if sun is afflicted, may destroy the same. Moon, first house. 8th lord in Lagna, if not afflicted, one will be blessed with long life. Affliction of stomach is indicated. Fond of art, adulterous, sweet-spoken but spendthrift. Gain through lawsuits and matters connected with the deceased. Accumulation of wealth and gain through business of others. Likelihood of some wounds on the body. Devoid of comforts from parents till young age. If moon is afflicted, then it indicates short life, death by irregularity, trouble, and loss through others. Mars, first house. The lord of 5th and 12th houses in friend's camp. Complexion will be like copper. Many enemies and love affairs. Wealthy and man of power and authority. An afflicted health. A propensity to pleasure. A troubled life, on the whole secret sorrows, limitations. All these difficulties can be minimized through occult or spiritual practice. Danger of imprisonment or disablement. Mercury, first house. Mercury is lord of 7th house, posited here in Lagna in enemy's camp, aspecting its own 7th house. Lord of 10th house in Lagna is good, and will confer dignities, honors through merit, intelligent, good-natured and of good behavior. Wealthy and blessed with comforts of life. High ambitions, gain through gut, unions, partnership, love of women and gain through them. Connection with the process of law. Such persons are found well versed in mathematics, and are connected with medical science. One thing I will say that, since Mercury is lord of Tekendrus and so malefic, but when afflicted, will give the reverse results as indicated above. Jupiter, first house. Jupiter is also lord of Tekendra houses, 1st and 4th, but being Lagna lord, it is benefic. When posited in own house in the ascendant, will confer wealth, respect, rank, and authority to the native. One will be blessed with long life, fortunate inheritance, gain through land, property, power over enemies, owner of property and conveyance, good health, harmony and triumph over difficulties. Religious, generous, and charitable. Judge the reverse, if afflicted or combust. Venus, first house. Lord of 6th and 11th houses, both malefic, in the ascendant is in enemy's house. This position being in Lagna will give average length of life. Will hold a rank under the gut. Kidney trouble in old age is indicated. Difficulties and reversals in life, and may face debt. But the native meets with real friends and supporters, can overcome enemies and obstacles through the support of acquaintances. Fortunate actions and hopes are attained. Saturn, first house. Saturn in ascendant, is in enemy's camp and lord of 2nd and 3rd houses. Being lord of 2nd house gives good results, but lord of 3rd malefic. Saturn weak in this case is very benefic, and makes the person's millionaire via the author's book, Saturn, a friend or foe. So it will make one wealthy, of good position in life, comforts from wife and children, respected but devoid from comforts of brothers, worried and gloomy face. Average intelligence helpful to others. Any part of body will become defective and worries on this account. Gain through writings and learnings. Rahu, first house. Rahu in Lagna of this ascendant confers honors, wealth and favor through religious, educational or scientific affairs. It adds power to the personality, and gives opportunity to self-expression. Foreign travel, a good progeny, respect, and honor in foreign countries in old age. Ketu, first house. Ketu in the ascendant is not good, and gives short life, unless aspected by Jupiter. One is devoid from comforts of ancestral property. Tribulations and difficulties in life may endanger face and eyes. 2nd house. Sun, 2nd house. Sun in 2nd house indicates gain of money by foreign merchants or the sea, science, learning, publications, travels, invention or banking. This will give strained relations with relatives and disrespected by them. A diseased and troubled early life, a rash temperament and defective eyes. Last part of life will be happy and comfortable. Moon 2nd house 8th lord in 2nd house indicates gain in finances by the money of partner and others. Fortunate in realizing the debts. Gain through deceased. If moon is weak and afflicted, loss and troubles in life, defective eyesight. Soft spoken but strained relations with relatives. Changeable professions. Mars 2nd house. Lord of 5th and 12th house posited in 2nd house indicates gain through secrecy and occult. An engineer by profession or building contractor, less comforts from wife. Of loud voiced but greedy. Pleasure through children. Should not speculate at all. Mercury 2nd house. Of sanguine temperament and speech, skilled in arts, gain by marriage, average financial position, may be afflicted in lower part of body through some disease. Gain of money through trade, industry, profession, or gut, office. If afflicted or combust, loss of money through partnership contracts, unions, lawsuits or through women. Jupiter 2nd house. Gain through property and land. Hard work, considerable time strenuous and persistent given to the efforts to obtain money. Benefits through industrious activity. An intelligent person, good meditator and has a weight and force in his speech. An average span of life will be pleasurable but last part of life will be troublesome. Venus 2nd house. Business and money through friends and acquaintances, through legislative interest or development of his own creation. But loss through enemies, defective eye, more daughters than sons, marriage in good family, debts in middle age. Finances will be average. Saturn 2nd house. Gain of money through personal efforts, educational affairs, short journeys, writings, and music etc. Devoid of children's comforts, blue eyes, proud liar, wealthy through ancestral property. Rahu 2nd house. Rahu is good in 2nd house. Promoted, fortunate heredity or gain by legacy and gifts, gain by science and learning and increases the professions. Long journeys undertaken to remove want and to bestow affluence. Key to 2nd house. Misfortunate in finances, loss and damage to estate, sorrows, fears and worry concerning money matters. Loss of parents in early age. In average life, there will be troubles and debts. 3rd house. Sun 3rd house. A bold and courageous native. Successful in hopes, respected and famous. Learnings, accomplishments, and progress through research, travel, investigations, or writings. Brothers will be on good posts and wealthy, but no gain through them. Moon 3rd house. Psychic and mysterious experiences. Less comforts from brothers and death of the same. Unfortunate brothers. Loss of power of virility and ear troubles. Strained relations with relatives and loss through wife. Mars 3rd house. Disappointments, sorrows, and troubles through relations and friends. Troublesome short journeys and writings. Occult learning. Liking for travel, sports, drama, and adventure. Short life. Trouble in ears. Diseased and troubled. Many opponents and loss through thieves. Mercury 3rd house. Good relations with relatives and friends. Loss of virile power. Respect among relatives, neighbors. Gain in honor and advancement through partners' relations. Honor through short journeys, writing, accomplishments, business trips and gut, favor. Company of adulterous and disreputed persons. Habit of theft. Last part of life will be happy and comfortable. Jupiter 3rd house. A learned, intelligent, religious and well-respected person. Comforts from property and conveyance. Many brothers, power, and authority in middle age. Gain from short journeys. A comfortable life full of pleasure and power. But if afflicted, reverse results and restricted or broken education. Venus 3rd house. Friends through writings and journeys on account of sickness. Mental disturbances is indicated when sick. Unhappy through brothers. Fond of opposite sex and lost due to the same. Trouble in ears. Urinary disease. Last part of life will be unhappy. Saturn 3rd house. Many brothers but no gain through them. Adulterous. Pleasure seeker. Deafness of ears in middle age. Gain through education, writings and short journeys. Rahu 3rd house. Bold and advance in spiritual and educational matters. Gain through brothers and neighbors and through journeys, writings or publishing. Ketu 3rd house. Mental anxiety, unprofitable journeys, troubles through brothers and neighbors. Adulterous, fond of opposite sex, company of ill-reputed and dacoits. Loss through standing a surety. A few brothers. Last part of life will be a bit comfortable. 4th house. Sun 4th house. Intelligent and learned, but no gain from that. Blessed with property. Gain of wealth by industry, business, and trade. Gain of wealth in old age. Loss of ancestral property. Many enemies and opponents. Profession through partners, relatives. Journeys on account of family affairs or wife's mother. Journeys home to die. Moon 4th house. Learned, sweet speech and intelligent. Blessed with property in middle life. A religious man. Lower part of body or legs will be afflicted with pain. Gain of property through deceased, probably by the death of parents. The death of native will be at home, but if moon is in conjunction of sun, then abroad. If moon is weak or afflicted, then death of parents. Danger through falls and falling buildings, floods, and storms. Trouble over inheritance, land, and property. Mars 4th house. A good skilled craftsman. Voyages, loss of ancestral property. Bold but quarrelsome, gain through children, gifts from grandfather. Love of home, secret sufferings, restrictions and limitations at the end of life. Trouble through father or wife's mother. Mercury 4th house. Property by marriage, a chaste wife, gain, and honor through parentage, lands, and property. Success and last part of life. Interest in reclamations, colonization, cooperative movements, horticulture, mining, architecture or archaeology. Changeable profession, gain through women and influence thereof. Jupiter 4th house. Gain through lands, mines, inheritance and possessions. Occult investigations. Learned, intelligent and knowledge of other languages. Assistance of father and gain through old people and antiquities. In middle of life may be defamed due to connections with women. Generous and comforts from mother. Gain from other property. Loss through storms and floods. Venus 4th house. Learned, intelligent, a good astronomer, faithful to parents, fond of opposite sex and troubles through them. Sickness of father through changes and worry. Troubled married life. Inheritance through friends. Fortunate in property. Love of father. And skilled in many arts. Saturn 4th house. Changeable life. Property. And residence. Benefits through parents. Household goods. Land. Or mines. Quarrelsome, suspicious. Loss of property. Joking in nature. Devoid of mother's affection. Dishonest and accusation therefrom. Gain from others' property and money. Traveling and writings in connection with home affairs and property. Rahu 4th house. Gain of property in an unexpected manner. Fortunate in discovery or in findings. Ancestry. Noble. Long-lived and trustworthy. Ketu 4th house. Loss of confusion with land and buildings. Waste of patrimony. Turmoils in the life of ancestors. Family discord and lawsuits. Changeable professions. 5th house. Sun 5th house. Sun is exalted in this sign. Lord of 9th house. Trikona house. In another Trikona house is very beneficial and benefic. It will confer on the native good intelligence. One will learned, well respected, bold and with fortune. Long journey, learnings, wisdom, prudence, fortunate with strangers, foreigners, wife's relations and voyages. Interest in science, inventions, law, philosophy or political economy. Wealthy in comforts of life, property, and conveyance. Gain through secrets. In early age one may be deprived from comforts of parents. Moon 5th house. Average financial position. Unfortunate children or death of same. Danger through excessive pleasure, speculations, children and their affairs. Medium span of life. Mars 5th house. Lucky and man of power and authority. May be a magistrate or some army officer. Danger from fire, of rash temperament. Mercury 5th house. An intelligent and learned person. Pleasure through wife, relations with children, will be cordial and comforts from them. Natives' children will suffer from sickness, but rise to honors. Gain through speculation, pleasures, young people, sports, and stage. A good writer and a God-fearing man. Jupiter 5th house. Gain through father, a learned, intelligent, and generous native. God-fearing and blessed with children and gain through them. Helpful to people, knowledge of a few languages, comforts from children in old age. Delight in pleasure, amusement, sports, speculations, and children with tendency to success through these. Interested in art, literature, and poetry. If afflicted, reverse results. Venus 5th house. Very benefic, happiness and pleasure in life through children, friends and beneficial circumstances. Average financial status, may face some financial difficulty and debt in life. Illness through pursuits of, or overindulgence in pleasure of sports. Troubles through enemies and danger of poison. Troubles through women. Saturn 5th house. Saturn is posited in debilitated sign in 5th house. It avoids any profit from children, cheat, disrespected, average intelligence, backbiter, adulterous, devoid from parents' affliction. Gain by speculation, investment, and pleasure. Pleasurable journeys, pleasure through children, reading, study and travels. Rahu 5th house. Frees the native from many troubles, calamities and danger. Long-lived and fortunate children. Fond of recreation, pleasure, and sports. Gain through employment. Key to 5th house. It may deny issue subject to other checks. Disobedient and cross children. Excessive or irregular pleasures produce much harm. 6th house. Sun 6th house. Victory over enemies, sickness, traveling, study of hygiene, medicine, healing etc. Difficulty through work in foreign lands, or in connection with exporting. Change of profession in middle of life, diseased and troubled life. Danger of thefts during journey, and loss to maternal relations. Moon 6th house. Gain through maternal relations, dangerous sickness, death by pets, small animals and servants, loss of money earned, and through one in whose custody it may be. Short life, subject to other checks, many enemies and opponents, residence in mountainous region, unsuccessful hopes, worried and troubles on these counts. Mars 6th house. Troubles through enemies and loss of property through them, and one may be forced to leave the country. Sickness among children, pleasure through hygienic methods, difficulty, troubles, and loss through employees. Limitations on account of sickness. Troubled married life, travel in foreign land and fond of wealth, but generally unaccomplished hopes. Mercury 6th house. Lean and weak constitution. Educated but happy, loss, gain from education. Wife may be in service and source of financial help. Happy and gain through children in old age. Modest worldly position, gain, and honor through service and employment. The native may marry below his status. Mentally or socially has sickly wife and heavily disposed employees. Jupiter 6th house. A man of strong determination, a good healer, gain through humanitarianism, food, clothing and employees. Loss of possessions through sickness or servants. May build his own house. Loss of respect in middle age. Many enemies and loss through them. Loss of money on account of being a surety of someone. Friends may act as enemies. Danger of some punishment in middle age. Venus 6th house. Many enemies and relations with women, and will therefore suffer at their hands. Severe illness. Success in service and with employees. Poultry, medicine or social services. Friends among working people and those in army, navy, or air force. Faithful servants and interest in social welfare. Disrespected due to connections with other women. Saturn 6th house. Untrustworthy, adulterous, unreligious, skin disease, poor, dishonest, earn money through illegal ways, loss through animals, fall from height, and fracture in leg, and may become lame. Gain through inferiors, sickness, or injury during journey, difficulties through brothers and interest in study and methods of healing or social economy. Rahu 6th house. Favors the health, and strengthens the body. Faithful and honest employees, gain through service and fortunate through father. Key to 6th house. Lawsuits and litigation, danger of illness through bite of reptiles, insects or animals. Suffers due to physical afflictions, Changeable residence. Loss through deception from servants. 7th house. Sun 7th house. Learned, respected and popular. Legal ways of livelihood. Marriage to a stranger opposed by relations. Public enemies through religious, scientific, or sea-faring people. Inventor of new items, gained from business or trade. Knowledge and well-versed in law of the land. Fond of opposite sex, and bickering in married life. Moon 7th house. Voyages, loss through business. Fond of opposite sex, disrespect, and loss through them. Wife will be rich to whom money comes unexpectedly. If moon in weak and afflicted, may deny the marriage or death of the partner. Public enemies and loss through them. Danger of death by violence, suicide, accident or war. Loss and spending of money on vices. Mars 7th house. Sickness among children. Gain of money through speculation and children's earnings. Pleasure of hygienic methods. Troubles through deceit and treacherous ways, concerning unions, partnerships, contracts, and lawsuits. Sickness, discord, and opposition of partner. Troubles generally through women. Many enemies and opponents. Loss in business and extravagant spending. Mercury 7th house. Gain through lawsuits, and dealing with public generally. Honor and reputation assisted by marriage and partnership and irresponsible concern. Comforts from wife, comfortable old age. Comforts from conveyance, success in lawsuits and a prepossessing partner, but one is likely to grow cold, or proves untrue or hostile. Gain through business and trade. Jupiter 7th house. Learned, respected and knowledge of law. Careful of his respect. Marriage and good family, gain by marriage, land and as a general. Fond of opposite sex, partnerships, and close association with others. Power and authority in foreign country and gain of money. If afflicted, reverse results. Venus 7th house. Late marriage, adulterous, disrespected, of loose morals and vile acts in early age. Quarrels or lawsuits, difficulties with disreputed women and sickness. Trouble with employees or physicians. Success in lawsuits also. A loving partner, desirable friendship and social connections. Saturn 7th house. Gain by marriage, contracts, business and dealing with women and others. Marriage as a result of journey, writings or to one of kin. But adulterous, disturbed married life, journeys, hatred of religion. A good orator, lecturer and will earn through this profession but average profession. Rahu 7th house. Reduces the number of enemies, increases profit through dealings with others, and portends delight and gain through woman, whose influence may benefit the native. It is a testimony for a wise and wealthy partner. Ketu 7th house. This is not a happy position. Many oppressors, calumnies raised by enemies or competitors, contenders, and difficulty with partners, but also it indicates death and destruction of enemies. Changeable professions, sudden death, a troubled and worried life. 8th house. Sun 8th house. Gain through long journeys concerning legacies, or goods or deceased persons. Psychic experiences. Death of wife's nearest relations. Scientific or educational pursuits also through publications. Painful death of the native. Diseased and troubled. Moon 8th house. 8th lord is posited in own house. Gain by the dead, a comfortably fixed partner, interest in matters relating to future life. Spiritual experiences. If moon is weak, and afflicted, short life, devoid from ancestral property, poor, danger of drowning, and loss through women. Mars 8th house. Suffers through children who may die before him. Loss through speculations. An unsatisfactory end, many misfortunes. Secret enemies may die, troubles over inheritance. Short life, a troubled native, many enemies and loss through lawsuits. Mercury 8th house. Not so well educated, unless aspected by Jupiter. Gain and honors in handling the estate and money of others, also through lawsuits, legacies, inheritance, insurance etc. of deceased persons. Money or property by marriage, death of partner, some inheritance but difficulty over it. Unsuccessful hopes and worries. Jupiter 8th house. Wealthy and learned. Many enemies and blessed with long life. Jupiter is exalted in this sign, and is a landlord. Proud, obstinate and a man of strong determination. Last part of life will be comfortable. Death through irregularity. Occult experiences and mediumistic. Concern over affairs of dead with the money of others and partners. Gain by legacies or estate. When afflicted. Death of mother. Loss of inherited property. Disappointments over legacies and troubles in financial matters. Venus 8th house. Financial reward for faithful service. Intelligent. Gift or legacies from friends and an easy demise. Death of friends. Dangerous. Illness and death of servants, animals, poultry etc. Unhappy due to wife. Quarrels over ancestral property. Danger in 6th years of age. Less comforts from parents. Saturn 8th house. Short life. Cheat. Liar. Bad company and habits. Licentious and adulterous. Devoid from comforts of progeny. Sickness and death of brothers. Journeys on account of trouble. False accusations or trouble on account of death or bequests. Gain by legacy and goods of the dead, or through money of the partners. Rahu 8th house. Promotes health and conduces to longevity. Testimony for gifts and legacies and gain by those deceased. Key to 8th house. Loss of goods through deception. Sudden or violent death. 9th house. Sun 9th house. Respected, generous, learned, intelligent and good advisor. Traveling for education, scientific or religious purposes. Prophetic dreams, many fine qualities. Splendid possibilities through culture and development. Careful for his respect. Company of high-ups and wealthy persons and gain through them. Unhappy due to brothers. Moon 9th house. The partner has trouble with relatives over money matters. Death in a distant land. Danger of death by drowning, or while on voyages. A drunkard and of loose morals. Mars 9th house. Bold, stone-hearted and a man of strong willpower. Beautiful children, who travel and give pleasure to the native. Children can become preachers, scientists, or explorers. Pleasures in foreign lands. Blessed with landed property. Worries and grief in young age due to loss of some property and death of a child. If afflicted, shipwreck or isolation. Difficulty with relatives. Men of science and religion. Long journeys. Secret mission. Investigations. Explorations. Secluded research. Sacrifice for science or religion. Mercury 9th house. Marriage to a stranger from far off. Gain by partners' relatives. Partners' journeys to foreign. Honorable voyages. Professional journeys. Honor through learning, writing, publishing, research or philosophy. Of sanguine temperament. A religious or intellectual father. If afflicted, contentions with religious or scientific people. Jupiter 9th house. Well respected and generous. Builders of charitable institutions. Long journeys, religious, or psychic experiences. Liking for science, law, philosophy and all matters connected with higher mind. Prophetic dreams or visions. Gain through partners' relation. Science, religion and long journeys. If afflicted, loss of foreign property. Trouble with foreigners and religion. Legal or educational affairs. Fruitless and dangerous voyages. Venus 9th house. Wealthy and reliable. Gain and success through long journeys. Friendship through travel and learning. Friends among educators, ministers, writers, explorers, and inventors. Sickness abroad at sea or while traveling. Illness of wife's relations. Danger through overstudy. Work in connection with foreign affairs or universities. Saturn 9th house. Obstinate, anti to parents, unhappy, miser, inclined toward bad deeds, diseased and ill-reputed. Gain by books, trading at sea, long journey, philosophy, religion, science and wife's kindred. Brothers are likely to proceed, to journey to foreign countries and marry. Rahu 9th house. Improves the mental qualities, and gives success in educational, legal or religious studies. Favorable for voyages and foreign affairs. True dreams and prophetic intuition. Key to 9th house. Unfortunate or miserable voyages. Afflicts the faculty of faith. Curious dreams. Unreliable promotions and trouble and danger of imprisonment in foreign lands. Devoid from the comforts of parents in early age. 10th house. Sun 10th house. Honor, credit, and esteem through science, literature, or travel. Success in foreign affairs. Respected and blessed with power and authority. Knowledge of law and owner or property. Religious and generous. If afflicted, reverse results. Moon 10th house. Rise to high position through an inheritance. Other persons will gain or lose money by him, according to the planet's aspects. If weak and afflicted, then danger of violent death, probably due to discharge of government order or through war. Business through matters connected with dead. Mars 10th house. Pleasure of honor through wife's father or his own mother. Honorable children. Renown in speculation, business enterprises and in the theatrical world. But liable to disgrace, discredit and persecution from superiors, govt, or persons in authority, resulting in a long journeys or retirement in seclusion. Sorrows through mother or troubles with in-laws. Mercury 10th house. Skillful in all jobs, valorous, truthful, and devoted to elders, will beget a disobedient wife, will be religious, and endowed with wealth, sons, etc. Jupiter 10th house. Wealthy, respected, famous and learned. Author of books, psychic and prophetic nature. Rise to high, social, and professional position. Merit, honor, preferment, and success. Religious and generous. Gain in profession by trade, govt, work or by the fruits of the earth. Venus 10th house. Well respected, honor through service, and healing or through municipal or national activities. Friendship among those of good positions and gain through them. Benefits from persons of social standing, business or govt, officers. Saturn 10th house. Ancestral property, many professions, troublesome early life, happy in old age, owners of others' property, life above average. Gain by occupation, profession, merchandising. Govt and wife's parents. Professional and honorable journeys and gain through them. Honor or renown through writings and other accomplishments. Rahu 10th house. Achieves honors, credit and high position by merit of industry and ability. Knowledge of Vedic literature. Ketu 10th house. Loss of position through deception, treachery and adverse public conditions such as sudden depressions, changes of failure. 11th house. Sun 11th house. Lucky and blessed with property, conveyance, and orchards. Fortunate friendship on voyage and friends among foreigners, and in foreign banks. Acquaintances among travelers, scientists, and legislators. If afflicted, sufferings on account of religious or other convictions. Relations with opposite sex, and may be unhappy in old age. Moon 11th house. Gain and legacies through friends. Wealthy and skilled in arts. If weak and afflicted, may give to marriages and unhappy life. Mars 11th house. Great attachment between native and children. Friends through them. Successful hopes and wishes. Friends through speculations. Pleasure and among legislators, ambassadors and sportsmen. If afflicted, unfortunate undertakings, peculiar hopes, great disappointments and obstacles. Deceitful friends and losses through advice of acquaintances. Mercury 11th house. Blessed with wealth and property. Trouble through wife and children. Eminent friends among legislators and those in high govt or professional positions. An honorable fortune. The native is helpful to his associates and others. Ambitious ideal. Jupiter 11th house. Well respected, wealthy and famous. Blessed with comforts of life and conveyance. Brothers will hold good position. Large circle of friends, assistance to and from them, much pleasure in life. Hopes and wishes often attained, gained by successive employer. If afflicted, then friends are detriment, hopes are often defeated, and reverse results as indicated above. Venus 11th house. Fond of scents and perfumes. Interest in legislature activities, political and social welfare. Many friends and beneficial acquaintances. Well-defined hopes and wishes. Friends among unique, ingenious, original or radical people. Blessed with comforts from opposite sex. Saturn 11th house. Wealthy, proprietor of many immovable properties but disreputed. No respect from masses and public, venereal disease and devoid from children's comforts. Accidental fortune, friends through journey or vice versa. Fortunate conditions through brothers. Hopes and wishes accomplished through progressive studies. Rahu 11th house. Meritorious friendships, acquaintances assist in the realization of hopes and wishes. Gain from some older man in age than the native. Ketu 11th house. undesirable associations, loss of opportunities and frustration of hopes, wrong advice and false friends, disrespected and grief from children. 12th house. Sun 12th house. Journeys to distant lands. Difficulty and sorrow through religion, science, and journeys. If a writer or inventor has a hard time to complete his work and get it to the public, in middle or latter part of life seeks seclusion for development, occult learnings etc. and takes long journeys for the same. Respected and hard worker. Company of wealthy persons and high dignitaries. May face sudden death. Moon 12th house. Voyages, may have change of religion, difficulty over inheritance and death of secret or private enemies. Great fear or anxiety connecting death or imprisonment. Death while in an institution. Worried and restless. Downfall in business. Mars 12th house. Occult abilities, powerless enemies, service in police or army. Foreign travel. Secret investigations, limitations. Afflictions and adversities in life prove to be blessings in disguise by developing inner growth and understanding. Children may cause sorrows, speculation cause ruin, pleasure through investigation of things of mysterious or research nature. Mercury 12th house. Generous and knowledge of law. Unhappy marriage, secret sorrows, jealousy, vexation and sickness. Partners or opponents cause imprisonment of fear of it. Partnership in business is not gainful. Loss of office of honor, dignity etc. through business. Associates who become secret enemies. Unfortunate environments and conditions. Professional secrets. Difficulty in employment. Gain from occult science or metaphysics. Jupiter 12th house. Fear of imprisonment. Secret unhappiness. Gain through occult and enmities. Afflicted health. Sorrows through partners and loss through treachery. End of life and seclusion, or devoted to the study of occult subject. Venus 12th house. Loss through enemies and opponents. Imprisonment. Work of secret or mysterious nature such as in CID or subdepartment etc. Sorrowful and deceitful friends, but good friendship amongst occult persons. Pleasure in peaceful quiet, harmonious or secluded places. Saturn 12th house. Gain through secret affairs, occult investigations. Sorrow through brothers, secret sufferings, seclusion, or estrangement from brothers. Danger of enemies and imprisonment while traveling. Disrespectful profession, litigation, licentious, adulterous, worried, loss of money and property. Rahu 12th house. Gain by secret methods or in seclusion, and success in occultism. Ketu 12th house. Worries through enemies, liable to imprisonment or restraint and restrictions. Unfavorable to health, and of rash temperament.